Hello, welcome friends. Me Anila. The topic of my discussion is about rose color. But before this, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and press bell icon. Friends, in this video, I will tell you why the color of rose is red. Different objects have different colors. When light strikes an object, some wavelengths are absorbed and some are reflected. So the reflected wavelengths are the colors which we see on an object. Color of rose is red because it contains a pigment anthocyanins, a type of flavonoid. Flavonoids are actually polyphenols. Anthocyanin is a pigment found in rose. It gives color to fruits and flowers. It helps in attracting pollinators. Flavonoids protects plant from harmful UV radiation of sun. Light and color basics. Sunlight contains all colors of visible spectrum Vibgyor. When light falls on an object, some wavelengths are absorbed and some are reflected. We see those colors that are reflected. So the sequence of color is Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. These are colors of visible light, that is sunlight. When light falls on an object, some wavelengths are absorbed and other are reflected. We see those colors that are reflected. In the sequence of Vibgyor, violet has highest energy and red has lowest energy. Violet has lowest wavelength and red has highest wavelength. So, when light falls on an object, some wavelengths are absorbed and some are reflected. We see those colors that are reflected. Absorption of light. Anthocyanin is a pigment in roses that absorbs light strongly in the blue-green region. Wavelength about 450 to 550 nanometers. The pigment reflects longer wavelength 600 to 700 nanometer, which corresponds to red light. So, these colors, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, all these colors have different wavelengths in the visible range. Anthocyanin is a pigment found in roses that absorbs light strongly in the blue-green region, having wavelength about 450 to 550 nanometer, but it also reflects longer wavelength 600 to 700 nanometer, which corresponds to red light, and we see flower as red. Eye and brain perception. The reflected light enters our eyes. Our retina has three types of cone cells: green, red, and blue. The red sensitive cones are most stimulated. Our brain then interprets the flower as red. So this reflected light enters our eyes. Retina has three types of cone cells: green, red, and blue. In this case, the red sensitive cones are stimulated and our brain detects it as a red color. Chlorophyll, a green pigment, is also green because it absorbs red and blue light, and green light is reflected, which our eye can easily detect. So in this way we see the color of red rose, green color of chlorophyll because it absorbs red and blue light, and green light is reflected which our eye can easily detect. Anthocyanins and chlorophyll have conjugated double bonds. These are known as pi system when electrons are revolving around the aromatic ring. When visible light hits an electron jumps from pi orbital to pi star orbital pi antibonding orbital. Pi orbital is formed when two atomic orbitals combine to form molecular orbital of low energy, that is pi orbital, and two atomic orbitals form molecular orbital of high energy called pi star orbital or pi antibonding orbital. The energy of pi orbital is less than energy of pi antibonding orbital. When visible light hits an electron jumps from pi orbital to pi star antibonding orbital. Photons have energy E is equal to hc over lambda. E is energy of photon, h is Planck's constant, c is speed of light divided by lambda is the wavelength. So photon have this much of energy. A substance will look colored if it has electronic energy gaps comparable to photon energies in the visible range. It means substance will look colored if it has electronic energy gaps comparable to photon energies in the visible region. When a photon matches a gap in the energies, it is absorbed and we see the complementary colors. What are complementary colors? For example, for violet it is yellow, for red it is green, for blue it is orange. So, photon when matches a gap it is absorbed and we see the complementary colors, the colors or light that is reflected. In this way, we can say that color of rose is red. Friends, if you have any question, you can ask me on comments. I can help you. Thanks.